When we visited Maine and Boothbay for a few days, I figured it would just be a pretty coastline and a lighthouse or two, so I'd need a laptop and some reading material to have something to do. Oh boy, was I wrong. I wish it had been a week or more to fully explore the beauty and charm of an area that we will visit again and again. We absolutely loved every minute, and I'm sure that you will too. Here, where we like to venture near and far, we are not full-time travelers, just ordinary folks with limited funds, jobs, pets, and a family we spend time with every day. On our channel, we show you where we go and what we find to help you plan your trip if you decide to go. Today, we'll give you our Boothbay area top 10, share some tips, and break our trip down so you know what it will cost. Now, if you're looking for great nightlife, fast food, high-rise hotels, and life at top speed, Boothbay is not for you. Here you'll find a place of serenity, picturesque vistas around every corner, great seafood, and a calm, welcoming atmosphere that will call you back again and again and again. We got there 10 hours late. Took us 3 flights, needing 4 planes, and an extra 10 hours of frustrating travel for 18 in total. First and foremost, we were just glad to make it to Boothbay at all that day, or actually the day after technically. So that kind of brings me to my first traveler tip. Keep your necessities with you in personal bags and carry-on. We always travel light with just carry-on bags, so if we'd been stranded overnight or in the airport, we would have been in good shape with everything we needed on hand. So, now to the top 10 things to do when you visit Boothbay. Number 10. Go for a walk.
There are tons of these walks out in Boothbay Harbor. If you go out into the woods and the surrounding places, they've got lots of trails set up. They're well marked, there's ample parking, and you can really get a great feel of nature, the woods, what it's like to live and to be here.
Hats off to the good folks of the non-profit Boothbay Region Land Trust who have made available over 35 miles of hikes while also preserving wetlands, islands, and working waterfront in the area. Number 9. All of the events and festivals in Boothbay and the surrounding towns. From 4th of July celebration to Windjammer Days in Boothbay Harbor, a home and garden tour, Maine Lobster Festival in nearby Rockland, Boothbay Harbor Fest, the Fall Foliage Festival, Damariscotta Pumpkin Fest and Regatta. In the off-season, Gardens Aglow, the Clandown, Reggae Fest, Atlantic Blues Fest. Well, you get the idea. There are a multitude of activities for all kinds in and around Boothbay and the surrounding towns. Number 8. Pemaquid Point Lighthouse. Open from mid-May to mid or late October. First built in 1827, the lighthouse and the surrounding grounds are a great place to visit. You can tour the lighthouse, walking up a narrow winding staircase to the lantern room at the top, looking out across the ocean. A favorite of many is to spend time scrambling over the rocks and seeing the shore firsthand. Just watch your step and stay back from breaking waves. You can also picnic on the grounds as you savor the sounds of the ocean crashing on the rocks below. A thoroughly enjoyable place to visit and tour, one of my favorites in the area. Number 7. The Railway Village Museum. This 35-acre park has a small recreated village of vintage buildings assembled from across Maine. There's also a collection of 60 antique autos, a general store, and of course, a ride on a genuine old steam locomotive. For these next three, we'll be on the water. Coming in at number 6, a Boothbay Harbor and lobster cruise to see the town from the water, and where you'll see what lobstering entails with an actual lobster trap pulled on the tour. Number 5, Schooner Sailing. There are several schooners that take short sailing trips from Boothbay. Come aboard and enjoy the exhilarating feeling of wind through your hair and in the sails. Number 4, take a whale watching cruise. Come and see these magnificent whales at home in their ocean. There are also cruises for other wildlife where you can see puffins, seals, or dolphins. In nearby towns you can also take a lighthouse tour, giving you plenty of options to see Maine and its abundance of coastal beauty from the water. Number 3, great seafood. All around Boothbay, the great seafood here is indeed plentiful and fresh. You'll be able to enjoy some of the best lobster and seafood you've ever tasted. Maybe better than anyone else, these folks know where to catch them and how to prepare the most delicious lobster and seafood dishes. Which reminds me, lobster may be plentiful in these parts, but like anywhere else, it's not cheap. You may save a few dollars over having it flown to your hometown, but it's still a delicacy to be savored and is priced accordingly. They don't grow on trees, you know. And that brings me to tip number 2. Around Boothbay, there are little to no fast food joints. Don't leave it too late to eat at night or you might not eat at all. You might want to visit the supermarket so you can have your favorite snacks on hand. Number 2, the coastal Maine Botanical Gardens. Set aside a day to visit these beautiful and breathtaking gardens. Open from early May to late October, their 295 acres are chock full of botanical beauty that I simply can't do justice to by waffling on about it here. That and the fact that I know little or nothing about plants, gardening and making things grow, unlike the masters of their craft in the gardens, who have cultivated one of the most distinguished botanical destinations in the country. There are literally miles and miles of trails, hikes, and more gardens than you can shake a stick at. There's a cafe, a children's area, meditation garden, butterfly house, and so much more. Oh, and don't forget the trolls, or as they're called here, the guardians of the seeds, including one of, if not the biggest baby I've ever seen. Number 1, discovering the charm of Boothbay Harbor. Our hotel was very conveniently located in town and on the harbor, which made us feel like we were part of everything. It was so convenient being able to roll out of bed and stroll to the stores and eateries close by. We loved the warm, welcoming atmosphere we found there. There were several choices for breakfast, or, if you prefer, just a morning coffee, and then perusing the art galleries and admiring the beautiful and inspirational works on display. As we wandered, we found artisans creating, and naturally, we shopped for souvenirs, t-shirts, and other novelties that were plentiful. If you want a break, there are some good options for eats and treats. But then we walked further afield, past working boatyards, and into a less traveled area of beautiful homes on the water, savoring the quiet, relaxing atmosphere and looking out across the picturesque coast stretching out to the Atlantic. The beautiful simplicity of just being there and relaxing with everyone else enjoying Boothbay Harbor was our favorite part of the trip. So what did it all cost? Booking online, we found round-trip economy airfare for a total of $475, with one of the scheduled 4 flights upgraded to Economy Plus. Our hotel for 3 nights was $498, conveniently located in the middle of town. It's important to mention that the area books up quickly, so book early and understand that many places only open mid to late May or even June, closing after Columbus Day, so check dates well ahead for when you want to visit. Car rental came to $427. We could have opted for one of the well-known national names and rented a typical 4-door boring, as I call them, which leads me to our third tip of the day, using Turo.com for car sharing. For the same price as that old snoozer, we got this fun little Jeep to drive and thoroughly enjoyed it. Renting that Jeep through one of the big names would have cost us double or more what we paid. Spending money came to $550. That covered eating out, some snacks from the store, and of course souvenirs. We were somewhat conservative, so it could easily have been more. Total, $1950 or about $2,000. Obviously, in and around Boothbay and Maine, there's so much more to do if you can travel further afield. There are plenty of roadside antique stores, small craft fair on weekends in Boothbay. There's Dolphin Mini Golf with ice cream and a small arcade, artists and crafts dotted about, and a brand new Y with day rates for their pools, gym and classes if you're so inclined. The beauty of the area and the state makes for a fantastic trip for all ages, and we will certainly be venturing there again. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave comments for others if you have tips of your own. Take great care, and make sure you venture near and far.